We already looked at regular to commands, affirmative. Now we're looking at irregular to commands. There are several verbs that are irregular as a command, affirmative, and this is the list of them here. So we'll just go over what each of them looks like as a command. So venir, to come, to tell someone informally to come, you use ven. Ven aquí, it's come here for two. Decir, to say, becomes di. Dime is tell me. Salir becomes sal. Hacer becomes haz. Tener becomes ten. Ir becomes ve. Poner becomes pon. And ser becomes se with an accent. You don't have to add anything to the end of these. They're just commands as they are, that you don't have to worry about adding anything to them at all. So these words may seem kind of random, so you might ask yourself, how am I going to remember them? That they're irregular as two commands. So there's lots of different mnemonic devices to help you remember, and then I'll just share with you my favorite. So Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. All right, see if this will help you remember it, because as you go through this, Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. So you have to do a little different accent for the end, and it won't necessarily help you with your Spanish pronunciation, but it can help you remember all these commands. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. All right. I'll just give you a couple examples of how they're used, just written out, even though we talked about them a little bit. Say you have a mom and she was telling her child to be good. And it's always good to add a little exclamation mark when you're doing commands. Be good. So ser, to be. Se bueno. Be good. Say bueno. All right, we'll do two more. Let's say a teacher is telling you to put the homework on the table. Kind of a long one. So poner is to put, so the command is pon. Pon la tarea en la mesa. Very good. Here is our affirmative commands. Last one. So you're talking to a friend and you just want to tell them to go home. Go home. You would say, ve a casa. Ve a casa. You'll notice that some of these words, there it is, ve a casa. You'll notice that some of these words in different contexts might mean something differently. Like say, if you didn't have any context, you might think that it means I know. Or here, it could mean telling someone to be something. So context is very important in Spanish when you're speaking it. Your inflection is important as far as creating meaning around what you're saying. Ve could mean he or she sees, like from the verb ver, but in this case, ve a casa, the context shows you that isn't talking about him or her seeing house, because that doesn't make sense here. It's telling someone to go home. Another reason why exclamation points can be important when you're writing it out. Well, good luck with these. Practice them a few times. Try to figure out a way for you to memorize them. Buena suerte. Que estén bien y adiós.